It's 120 degrees outside. Your AC just died. Your electric bill's $400, and you're sweating through your socks. But just 20 miles away, no AC, no power lines, no bills, and the Amish are sipping iced tea in a house that's 60 degrees. How? Let's talk about the Amish underground cooling system and 10 real ways they beat the heat that you can steal today. Look, I get it. When the heat index hits, walking briskly will summon a vulture, you start wondering. Is there another way? Well, the Amish have been answering that question for over 200 years. No electricity, no HVAC, no crypto mining your way out of a heatwave. Yet, in the middle of a Pennsylvania July or a Kansas scorcher, their homes stay cool, their food stays fresh, even their chickens look less miserable than your dog. And before you say, yeah, but they wear bonnets and drive buggies, hear this. Their cooling methods aren't about religion. They're about smart design, thermal physics, and a deep respect for how the Earth already knows how to chill things down. Today, I'm breaking down 10 real working techniques that Amish use to beat 100 degrees Fahrenheit plus heat. No AC, no Wi-Fi, no problem. Some of these you can try this weekend. And no, you don't have to sell your car or start churning butter. The secret is underground. So what's their big trick? Simple. They don't fight the heat. They go under it. Think about it. When you dig a hole in the backyard in July, the deeper you go, the cooler it gets. That's not luck. That's science. Below about 4 to 6 feet, the ground stays a steady 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit all year round. The Amish, they've turned that into a superpower. Now let's count down the 10 real ways they use this, and how you can borrow them, even in a suburban split level. 10. Nature's original fridge. You've probably heard of a root cellar, but let's be honest. Most folks think it's just a dark hole for storing potatoes and maybe a jar of something your grandpa wouldn't want you to drink. Not the Amish. Their root cellars are nothing like that. These are smart, well-built spaces tucked into the ground. They use thick stone or concrete walls. Often 3 sides are buried in the earth. That's not random. It's by design. The soil acts like a natural insulator. It keeps the temperature steady all year. Most root cellars stay between 45 and 55 degrees. Cool, but not freezing. That's perfect for food. Milk stays fresh longer. Meat doesn't spoil. Carrots, apples, beets, they all last for months. Even wine and homemade cheese do well down there. One Amish family in Ohio shared with Mother Earth News that they keep butter down in their cellar for up to 6 months. No fridge, no electricity, just cool, steady air from the ground. And it works. Here's the best part. You don't need to be Amish to use one. You don't even need a farm. With a little space in your backyard, you can build a small version. Start with cinder blocks. Stack them into a box. Add a wooden or concrete lid. Bury it halfway in the ground. Toss some dirt over the top and sides. Then add a simple vent pipe. That lets air flow in and out. This keeps humidity low and air moving. No mold, no must. Just cool, clean storage. Total cost? Under $200. That's less than most mini fridges, and it uses zero power. You can stash extra veggies from the garden. Keep bottled drinks cold. Even store emergency food. It's like having a fridge that runs on dirt, and once it's built, it pretty much runs itself. 9. Earth-bermed homes. Ever notice how Amish homes often look like they're snuggled into the ground? Like the earth is giving them a big hug? That's not an accident. It's not because the foundation sank. It's on purpose. They build right into hillsides or pile thick layers of soil against the walls. This trick is called earth berming, and it's one of the smartest ways to stay cool without AC. The dirt acts like a natural blanket. In summer, it blocks the hot sun from heating up the house. In winter, it holds in warmth. It's like wearing a hoodie when it's cold. Only this hoodie is made of soil. And it never wears out. It doesn't cost a thing. and you never have to wash it. Because the ground stays cool deep down, the walls stay cool too. The house heats up much slower than a regular one. Even when it's 100 degrees outside, the inside can be 15 to 20 degrees cooler. That's a huge difference. You don't need fans blasting. You don't need to sit on the floor with the fridge door open. Just walk inside and feel the calm. The walls are cool to the touch. It feels quiet, solid. These homes are often built with thick stone or concrete, which holds the cool even better. Small windows face the sun just right. Vents let air move through. The whole design works with nature, not against it. You don't fight the heat, you avoid it, hide from it, outsmart it. And you don't have to live in Pennsylvania to try something like this. Even if you can't build into a hill, you can add earth against one wall, or use green roofs or shade. The idea is simple. Let the ground protect you. The Amish figured it out a long time ago. The earth isn't just dirt, it's insulation, it's free, and it's been working for centuries. 8. Strategic window placement. You'd think windows are just for looking outside or letting a little light in. But the Amish don't see them that way. To them, windows are tools, weapons against heat, carefully placed, perfectly sized, and always working a plan. They don't just slap a window on a wall because it looks nice. Number. They think about where the sun moves, every season, every hour, and they use that knowledge to stay cool without spending a dime on AC. Take south-facing windows. In summer, the sun climbs high in the sky. It beats down on rooftops and walls. If your windows face south and are big and wide open, that's like inviting the heat to move in. But the Amish don't make that mistake. Their south windows are small, or they add deep roof overhangs that block the high summer sun. Like a hat shielding your face. The sunlight can't get in. But when winter comes, the sun sits lower. Now that same overhang lets the warm rays slide right inside. They heat the stone or brick floors. The house stays warm, no furnace needed. It's the same window, same house, just smart timing and design. Now flip to the north side. Here, the sun never really shines direct. The light is soft, cool, constant. So the Amish make north-facing windows bigger, more light, no heat. It's like nature's free lighting system. Bright but not hot. No glare, no fading curtains. Just calm, even light all day long. But the real magic, it's in how they line up the windows across the house. Open one on the left, one on the right, and whoosh! A breeze flows through. This is cross-ventilation. And when it works, it's beautiful. Air comes in cool from the shady side. It moves through the house, picks up warmth, exits on the other side. No fans, no noise, just air doing what air does best, moving. They plan this from the start. When they build, they study the wind. They know which way it usually blows. Then they place windows and doors so the breeze has a clear path. It zips through like it's late for Sunday service. Bedrooms, kitchens, living rooms, all in line. Even on still days, a small difference in temperature between rooms can get air moving. Warm air rises, cool air sinks. The house breathes. And you don't need to rebuild your home to try this. Simple fixes work. Close blinds on the south and west sides by 10 a.m. That stops heat before it starts. Open windows at night when it's cooler. Let the house chill out. Then shut everything in the morning. Trap that cool air. You'll feel the difference fast. Some people drop their indoor temps by 10, even 15 degrees. Just with timing and airflow. No cost, no tech, just thinking like the Amish. Windows aren't just holes in the wall. They're part of the cooling system. And when they're placed right, they work like a dream. 7. Thermal mass walls. Look at an Amish home. Thick walls, made of stone or solid brick, maybe covered in white plaster. They last for generations. But they're not just strong, they're smart. These walls do more than hold up the roof. They help control the temperature all year round, and they do it without wires, switches, or buttons. The secret? It's called thermal mass. That's a fancy way of saying these materials soak up heat, but really, really slow. Unlike wood, vinyl, or metal, stone and brick don't get hot fast. So when the sun beats down all morning, a regular house heats up quick. Thin walls, thin insulation. The inside feels like an oven by lunchtime, but an Amish home with thick masonry walls. It stays cool longer. The heat takes hours to move through. By the time it gets inside, the sun's already setting. It's like the difference between stepping on a metal slide and a wooden bench at noon. The metal burns your feet. The wood? Just warm. Same sun. Same time. Different materials. That's thermal mass in action. These walls are usually over a foot thick. Some are even 2 feet. That's a lot of stone. And all that mass holds coolness from the night before. So even when it's 95 outside, the inside walls stay cool to the touch. People walk in and go, "Ah," just like that. No blast of AC air, no noise, just natural comfort. And here's the next part. At night, when the air cools down, the walls start giving off the heat they soaked up during the day. But now it's helpful. It keeps the house from getting too cold. In winter, this works even better. The sun comes in through south windows, hits the stone floor or wall. The wall stores the warmth. Then, slowly, it radiates it back out after sunset. So the house stays warm all night. No furnace running all evening. This kind of design works best when it's part of the whole house. Thick walls, small windows on hot sides, good airflow, earth contact. But even on its own, thermal mass makes a big difference. It smooths out the spikes. No sudden heat, no wild swings, just steady, calm temps. You don't need to build a castle to use this idea. Modern homes can add thermal mass too. A stone floor, a brick wall inside. Even water barrels in a sunroom can help. They absorb heat during the day and release it at night. The principle stays the same. Heavy, dense materials equals better temperature control. The Amish didn't invent thermal mass, but they know how to use it. They build with what lasts and what works. Their walls don't just stand there. They work, quietly, all day, all night. No power, no cost. Just physics and good sense. 6. Attic ventilation. Here's something most people forget. Heat doesn't stay down, it climbs, it rises. Like steam from a pot of boiling water, hot air moves up, up, up. And the Amish don't fight that. They use it. They know that if you give heat a way out, it will leave on its own. No fans, no power, no magic. Just smart design. That's why Amish homes and barns have big vents in the attic. You'll see them at the peak of the roof, ridge vents that run the whole length. Or on the ends of the house, gable vents shaped like triangles. And then there are the cupolas. Those cute little towers on top of barns that look like they belong in a fairy tale. But they're not just for show. They're working hard. Each one has slats all around and a roof on top. Rain stays out. Wind gets in. And hot air? It escapes fast. As the sun heats the roof, the air inside the attic starts to rise. It flows toward those vents and pushes its way out. When hot air leaves, it creates a pool, like a vacuum. That pool draws cooler air in from down below. Through windows, through doors, through lower vents. The whole house gets a natural airflow. It's called the stack effect. And when it works, it's smooth and quiet. No noise, no bills, just fresh, moving air. Compare that to most modern homes. We seal them tight to save energy. We insulate every crack. We install fancy AC systems. But then we forget to let the heat out. So the hot air gets stuck. It piles up in the attic. Then it drips down into the rooms. The upstairs becomes unbearable. You walk in and feel the heat hit your face like an oven door opening. And your AC has to work twice as hard just to keep up. The Amish don't have that problem. Their houses breathe. The hot air doesn't stick around. It rises and leaves. The cooler air replaces it, all day, all night. No help needed. You don't need to build a cupola to get this effect. Start simple. Open upstairs windows at night, especially on the shady side of the house. Let the cool air in. Open a vent at the top. Even a small gap in the attic can help. Or install a solar-powered gable fan. It runs on sunlight, costs about $80, and moves hot air out fast. No wiring, no electric bill. Even a cross breeze helps. Open a window down low and another up high. Watch how the air flows. It's not complicated. It's just physics. Working for you, not against you. The Amish figured it out a long time ago. Heat wants to escape, so give it a way out. Open the door. Let it go. 5. Underground cooling tubes. Now we're getting to the cool stuff, literally. Some Amish homes use a smart trick that sounds like science fiction, but is totally simple. It's called an earth tube, or sometimes a ground-coupled air system, but I like to call it a dirt straw. Here's how it works. They bury a long pipe, usually made of heavy-duty PVC, at least 6 feet underground. At that depth, the soil stays cold all year, around 50 to 55 degrees, no matter how hot it gets on the surface. One end of the pipe sticks out outside the house, where fresh air can get in. The other end runs into the home, often near the floor of a main room or basement. When the wind blows or air moves naturally, it flows through the pipe. As it travels underground, the cool earth pulls heat out of the air. By the time it comes out inside, it's fresh, clean and chilled. Like air from a fridge, but free and natural. No compressor, no power, no noise. Just cool air sneaking in like it owns the place. It's not magic, it's physics. The ground is a great insulator, and it holds temperature like a vault, so even on a 110-degree day, that pipe stays surrounded by cool dirt. The air inside it has no choice but to cool down. Some systems use a small solar-powered fan to help pull air through, but many work completely passive, using natural airflow and the stack effect from the house. Warm air rises and leaves through upper vents. That pulls cool air in from the earth tube. It's a full circle breeze powered by dirt and air. These tubes can drop indoor temps by 15 to 20 degrees. That's huge. You go from can't breathe to I might need a sweater. And it costs almost nothing to run. One family in Indiana said they use their earth tube from May to September. They keep their kitchen and living room comfortable without turning on a fan. You can build one yourself. Use food-grade PVC, about 6 to 8 inches wide. Dig a trench deep enough to stay below the frost line. Slope it slightly so moisture drains out. Add a mesh cover on the outside to keep bugs and mice out. Bury it. Connect it inside. Done. Total cost? A few $100 if you do it yourself. And yes, it might sound weird to your neighbours. You're sucking air through a pipe in the dirt? Yep, and it works. Even better in dry climates where the air needs cooling but not more moisture. The Amish don't patent this stuff. They just use it, quietly, wisely. And while the rest of us fight with thermostats and electric bills, they're pulling cool air from the ground like it's no big deal. Because to them, it isn't. 4. Porches, shutters and shade. Take a walk through an Amish community in the summer. You'll see it everywhere. Wide, deep porches that stretch far out from the house. Some are big enough to hold a whole family dinner. But don't be fooled. These aren't just for sipping lemonade or watching the sunset. They're working hard. That porch is one of the oldest, smartest cooling tools around. It blocks the sun before it even touches the house. When the sun beats down in the afternoon, it hits the roof of the porch, not the walls or windows. The wood soaks up heat, but the main house stays in the shade. No direct sunlight means no solar oven effect. Inside, The rooms stay cool. The air doesn't get trapped and superheated. It's simple, it's free, and it works. Even the windows have help. Wooden shutters hang on many Amish homes. During the day, they're closed tight. They act like sunglasses for the house. No light, no heat, just protection. At night, when the air cools, the shutters swing open. Windows too. That lets fresh air flow through. The house breathes again. And it's not just homes. Walk by an Amish barn and look up. The roof overhangs are huge. We're talking 3 to 5 feet of shade all around. That keeps the walls cool. It stops the sun from baking the wood. It also gives animals a cool spot to stand. Chickens, goats, even cows. They all hang out in that shadow. It's like nature's version of a covered patio. Compare that to so many modern houses. Floor-to-ceiling windows facing west. Dark roofs that soak up heat. No porches, no shutters, just glass and asphalt shingles cooking in the sun. No wonder people need giant AC units just to survive July. We built homes that attract heat instead of blocking it. But you don't need to rebuild your house to fix this. Start small. Hang a tarp over your back deck. Plant fast-growing vines like morning glory or climbing hydrangea on a trellis. They'll grow up and create shade in just one season. Use outdoor awnings over windows. Even a cheap bamboo screen helps. Trees are another great option. A single mature maple or oak on the west side of your house can drop indoor temps by 10 degrees or more. And they look nice too. The Amish don't waste money on things they don't need. They use shade because it works. It's silent. It's free. And it's been cooling homes for centuries. You don't need batteries. You don't need Wi-Fi. You just need to block the sun. Once you do, the house stays cooler all day. It's not fancy, but it's powerful. And it's right there, waiting for you to use it. 3. Water-based cooling. The Amish don't just use water to grow corn and wash clothes. They use it to cool their homes. And they do it in quiet, simple ways that most of us never think about. You won't find fancy misting systems or expensive coolers. Just buckets, cloths, and a little understanding of how nature works. Here's the secret. When water evaporates, it takes heat with it. That's how your body cools down when you sweat. The Amish use that same idea on a room, not just a person. They place shallow pans of water near doorways or windows where air moves. As the breeze passes over the water, the surface starts to evaporate. That process pulls heat from the air. The air gets cooler. Not by a lot, maybe 5 to 10 degrees. But in a hot, dry place, that's the difference between I can handle this and I'm moving to Alaska. You'll also see damp cloths hanging in hallways or near open windows. Linen towels, old cotton rags, nothing fancy. The air flows through the cloth. The water in the fabric turns to vapour. And just like that, the air cools down a little. It's slow, it's quiet. But it works all day without using a single watt of electricity. In dry climates like Kansas or parts of Ohio in summer, this method shines. Evaporative cooling loves low humidity. The drier the air, the faster water can evaporate. That's why one Amish family in central Kansas built a small hand-pumped fountain in their main room. It's not for show. It's for comfort. The water splashes gently. Air moves over it. The room stays noticeably cooler than the rest of the house. No motor, no power. Just a little effort and smart design. Some families hang a wet sheet in front of an open window. When the wind blows, it passes through the damp fabric and comes in cooler. You can do the same thing today. Hang a wet towel in front of a fan. Instant DIY swamp cooler. Works best in dry heat, but even in moderate humidity, you'll feel a difference. Just don't use your best bedding. That damp cotton smell isn't exactly luxury spa vibes. They also use water in courtyards or near walkways. A small basin or stone trough with fresh water reflects light and cools the air around it. Chickens and kids might splash in it, but it's also doing a job. lowering the local temperature through evaporation and shade. The Amish don't chase high-tech fixes. They work with what's around. Water is light, easy to move, and powerful when used right. You don't need pipes or pumps. A bucket and a cloth can do more than you think. And when the sun is blazing and the air feels thick, a little evaporation can feel like a gift from the sky. It's not magic, but it's close. 2. Livestock cooling. Even the cows get AC, kinda. You're sweating in your t-shirt at 3 p.m, wishing you had a pool under your desk. But have you ever thought about the cow in the field? That animal is built like a furry sleeping bag. No air conditioning, no shorts, no iced coffee. Just 1,500 pounds of warm-blooded life roasting in the July sun. And yet, on Amish farms, you won't see animals panting or collapsing. That's because the farmers don't just accept the heat. They fight it. Quietly, smartly. Amish barns are designed to keep animals cool, even when it hits 110 degrees Fahrenheit. One trick? Partially sunken barns. They dig the floor a few feet into the ground. The soil stays cool down there, just like in a root cellar. Then they add ventilation shafts that pull that cool air up and through the barn. It's like the building is breathing from the earth. The air moves under the floor or along the walls, then rises through the stalls. The cows stand on cool ground, not hot concrete. The roofs help too. Many Amish barns have thick thatched roofs, layers of straw or reeds packed tightly. Thatch is a natural insulator. It keeps the sun from turning the barn into an oven. Heat stays on top. Cool stays below. And at the peak of the roof, you'll often see a cupola, that little tower with slats on the sides. Hot air rises, escapes through the cupola, and pulls fresh air in from lower vents. No fans, no power, just air doing what it does. Spacing matters too. Amish farmers don't cram animals together. Cows have room to move. Chickens have shade and airflow. More space means better air movement, less body heat stacking up. Happier animals. And happy cows make better milk. Less stress, better health, more comfort. They also use trees for shade in pastures. Water tanks are placed in the cool parts of the field. Some even hang damp cloths near barn entrances to cool the incoming air. Every little bit helps. The point? If the Amish can keep a giant furry cow cool using dirt, wood and smart airflow, then maybe we can stop cranking the AC to 60 and wearing a hoodie indoors. Nature has answers. We just need to pay attention. 1. The ultimate secret. Lifestyle synced with nature. The real reason the Amish stay cool isn't just their root cellars, thick walls or smart vents. It's not one gadget or trick. It's how they live. Their whole day is built around the weather, around the sun, around what makes sense. They don't fight the heat. They move with it. Like a dance, slow when it's hot, fast when it's cool. They start early, real early. By 5:30 a.m, the roosters aren't the only ones awake. Farmers are already outside. Chores get done while the air is still fresh. Milk the cows, feed the pigs, water the garden, all before the sun gets strong. By 8 a.m, most of the hard work is over. That's when the heat starts climbing. But they're ready. They've already done the heavy stuff. Then, when the sun hits its peak, between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m, they slow down. No pushing, no rushing. They rest. Maybe they eat lunch in the shade, sit on the porch, drink cool water from a jar. Kids play quietly. Adults do light tasks, mending, sewing, carving wood. Nothing that makes you sweat. They listen to their bodies. If it's hot, they stop. If it's warm, they wait. They also eat differently in summer. No heavy stews or hot ovens. Meals are lighter, fresh veggies from the garden, cold soups, fruit, pickles, things that don't need long cooking. Why turn on the stove when it's 100 outside? That just makes the house hotter. Instead, they use outdoor kitchens, cold prep, or one-pot meals that finish fast. Less heat inside, more comfort for everyone. Clothes matter too. You won't see Amish people in polyester or tight jeans. No black shirts on hot days. They wear loose, light-coloured clothes made from natural fibres, cotton, linen, wool blends that breathe. Their shirts flap in the breeze. Their dresses have room to move. Hats shade their faces. Everything is picked to keep cool, not to look trendy. Function over fashion. And it works. They also avoid heat-generating things. No TVs blasting all day. No computers running. No dryers spinning. Even their cooking is timed and smart. They know every machine adds heat to a room, so they use less. And that means less need to cool down later. This isn't lazy. It's wise. It's working with nature, not against it. While many of us run AC all day, stress in the heat, and cook frozen meals at 3 p.m., the Amish just slow down. They respect the rhythm of the day. Hot time equals rest time. Cool time equals work time. It's simple, it's old, but it's powerful, and you don't need to give up your phone or drive a buggy to use this. Just shift your routine a little. Do yard work at 7 a.m., not 2 p.m. Take a break when the house feels hot. Eat a salad instead of firing up the oven. Wear loose cotton. Close the blinds early. Let the house stay cool. This kind of life isn't about going backward. It's about being smart, staying in step with the world. The Amish didn't invent this. Farmers, gardeners, and desert tribes have lived this way for thousands of years, but they kept it alive. While we chase comfort with machines, they find it in timing, rhythm, and rest. And in the heat of summer, that makes all the difference. So let's recap. From root cellars to earth tubes, thermal mass walls to smart window placement, the Amish aren't just surviving extreme heat, they're thriving in it. And they're doing it without air conditioning, without sky-high electric bills, and without relying on a single watt of grid power. Their secrets aren't hidden in high-tech labs or expensive gadgets. They're built into the land, the design of their homes, and the rhythm of their days. These are real, working solutions that have stood the test of time. And the best part? Most of these cooling methods are completely affordable. Many are even free. They're eco-friendly, simple to apply, and you can start using them right away no matter where you live. Whether you're in a farmhouse in Ohio, a suburban home in Texas, or a small apartment with just a fire escape, there's something here you can use. You don't need to go off-grid completely. You just need to borrow a few smart ideas from a people who've mastered living with nature instead of against it. We've spent decades over-engineering comfort, stuffing our homes with AC units, sealing them tight, and cranking the thermostat until we're cold in July. But the truth is, nature already gave us the tools to stay cool. The Amish didn't invent them. They just remembered how to use them. And in a world where energy costs are rising and summers are getting hotter, their wisdom is more valuable than ever. If you learned something today, like how to turn your backyard into a natural fridge, or how to cool your home with shade and airflow, we'd love to hear from you. Smash that like button. It helps the channel grow and tells YouTube this kind of practical, no-nonsense advice is what people really need. Drop a comment below and let us know. Which Amish cooling trick are you going to try first? Is it building a root cellar, adding shade with a porch or vines, or just shifting your routine to avoid the midday heat like a pro? We read every comment. And if you enjoy learning about simple, smart ways to live better, with less waste, less cost, and more common sense, hit subscribe. We dive into forgotten technologies, off-grid living hacks, and time-tested solutions that actually work, all without asking you to sell your car or grow a beard. Thanks for watching. Stay cool, stay comfortable, and remember, sometimes the best air conditioning isn't a machine. Sometimes the best AC is no AC at all.